I am here for week 10. So I think transitioning into a comprehensive guidance and counseling program requires access to a variety of resources, and it's not something that I had really given much thought to. I just thought, hey, we have all these resources, this will be great before this week, but it turns out that my perspective has definitely changed after this week's reading. But it requires access to a variety of things that support both the counselor and the individual seeking guidance. So, and although there are many resources critical to a comprehensive counseling program, I think that there are several key resources that are imperative. The first resource being the school counseling framework models. School counseling frameworks such as the American School Counselor Association offer a structured approach to organizing and delivering services. These models help counselors define their roles, set clear expectations, objectives, and ensure that they are addressing the academic, career, personal, social development of students. My counselor often references different counseling theories to tailor her approach to individual students' needs. And without these frameworks, counselors may struggle to structure their services effectively, which could lead to scattered efforts or gaps in support for students, which counselors might also miss opportunities to assess and track students, their development in a systematic way if they don't rely on these frameworks. So lacking of a clear framework could result in less coordinated services and ultimately hinder student progress. Another critical resource would be assessment tools and data collection, the system of doing all of that. Assessment tools such as academic assessments, personality inventories, career interest surveys, and other surveys and screenings. They're vital for understanding the needs and strengths of students. These assessments help counselors provide personalized support, create action plans, and measure progress over time. They also help in identifying students who may need additional interventions. Our counselor uses a variety of assessments to gain insights into students' academic interests, career goals, and emotional well-being. She utilizes informal assessments like goal-setting worksheets and motivator assessments with the littles. Just includes what motivates them, friends, tangible rewards, food, things like that. Without these assessment tools, it would be difficult to get an accurate picture of students' needs, their interests, or struggles. And this could also lead to generalized approaches that don't address the individual needs of the students. It also would result in missed opportunities to provide early intervention for students struggling academically or with mental health issues that we're not aware of beforehand, and that could further affect their success and well-being. So the next resource that I feel could be most important and I hope to utilize greatly is the resource of supervision and professional development and collaborative network of other counselors. Supervision is essential for counselors, especially those new to the field. It provides us with guidance opportunities for reflection and feedback on their practice. I'm going to mess up a million times, I'm sure, and I need someone to be there for me to help me understand that I'm messing up and what can I do differently or what can I fix along the way. It provides us with the opportunities for growth. And professional development opportunities, workshops, conferences, and seminars help ensure that we stay up to date on new techniques, ethical guidelines, and emerging issues in school counseling. And we don't want to fall behind. And then networking helps us stay in touch with others and allows for collaboration and guidance during times that we need it. My counselor regularly participates in supervision sessions with other senior staff members or mentors just to kind of stay in tune with what's going on and collaborate. And these sessions are not only a place for personal feedback, but also an opportunity to discuss challenging cases and which help reduce stress and prevent burnout. Without supervision, collaboration, counselors could face burnout, like I said, isolation and ethical dilemmas, as they might not have a place to reflect on some of these things if they're not talking about it. And without the professional development resources, they may not be exposed to new approaches or techniques, which could limit their effectiveness in supporting students. The lack of continual learning and growth could lead to being stagnant in practice and less effective counseling. That was just something that I had thought about. And collaboration goes without saying. It helps us stay connected and allows us to support each other. I know I always feel better if I get to vent, whether I really mean it or not. Some days you just want to quit. You don't really mean it. You just need to get the words out, and then you're like, okay, I feel better. And then I feel like I'll have those days then too. One last critical resource I feel is important would be the ethical guidelines and legal resources, as well as the cultural competency resources. Counselors need to be culturally competent to effectively support students from diverse backgrounds. Access to resources focused on cultural sensitivity, understanding different social norms, and addressing cultural barriers is crucial. Counselors must be equipped to handle a wide range of cultural, socioeconomic, and familial backgrounds. I've seen my counselor use resources on cultural sensitivity when working with students from different racial, ethnic, and socioeconomic backgrounds. This includes understanding how culture differences might affect students' behaviors, coping mechanisms, communication styles. Without cultural competency training, counselors risk providing services that are not fully inclusive or sensitive to the unique experiences of their students. And this could lead to miscommunication, alienation, or lack of trust between the counselor and the student. In the long term, it could negatively impact student engagement and the outcomes, as the counselor, the process may not resonate with their cultural needs. Counselors are also required to adhere to ethical standards to ensure safety, dignity, and the well-being of their students. These guidelines, such as those outlined in the American Counseling Association, cover confidentiality, dual relationships, and the counselor's role in advocacy. Legal resources ensure that counselors are aware of the laws affecting students' rights, confidentiality, and mandatory reporting. Without access to these ethical guidelines and professional development resources, I would risk making decisions that could breach ethical standards, such as violating confidentiality or engaging in dual relationships. Lack of professional development would also leave me stagnant in my skills, unable to adopt new techniques and things like that could benefit my students. And so just staying in the know and keeping updated with these resources, I think, would be very beneficial for not just me, but any of us, because I feel like the legal system and things are always changing. And so the list of resources that I just talked about and discussed are definitely necessary, in my opinion, are the most important, because they provide a foundation for effective, ethical, and inclusive counseling practices. But not to be excluded are the resources that include technology and digital tools, and self-care resources. They seem just as important when transitioning into a comprehensive school guidance and counseling program, just for burnout and just knowing how to keep yourself from, wanting to keep doing it. So I hope everyone had a great spring break. I'll see you soon. Thanks.